Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. My dear students, last episode you have watched and I hope that you have learned something from that, and in that we have talked about Jinnah's vision of Pakistan. That was our topic, and I gave you two questions. Question number one was that after watching that video, the part 1 of our lesson, you had to answer vision of Pakistan in your mind, and also what was from our great leaders point of view, Quaid Azam, Muhammad Ali Jinnah. Okay, so, and also the second one was two function of assembly. I hope that you have got these two answers very well, and now we are just going to talk a little about them, and some other things we will come, that is a kind of pre-reading before going for our next paragraphs or passages. We will talk about them, but let me tell you something. As we are preparing for Federal Board of Intermediate and Secondary Education, and they have a specific system, and how do they check their paper, and how they want that the student give the answers. See, this is the question. It is for 28 marks in our second year exam. That is, answer the following questions in about 40 to 50 words. So that is the standard question they give, and you have to answer these. But some students say that, well, I wrote very well, but they didn't give me the marks. No, what is the reason? Why and how you are going to get better marks? Now see that the first question was that vision of Pakistan. So they can give you this one, and now you have to divide your answer into two portions. What are these two portions? The first one, here we say that you have to talk about the language, and then the second one is content. These two things they are looking for, and they are going to look into it, that whether this student had used very good language and without any mistake, and the content is relevant. He is not talking about something else, that they ask a question and the answer is something else. They check this one. No, we normally divide, and in their answer key they divide from the Federal Board that 2 marks are for the language and 2 marks are for the content. Okay, now the content, for example, this question comes, vision of Pakistan. Write down your vision of Pakistan, or write down the vision of Pakistan as narrated by Quaid Azam Muhammad Ali Jinnah. So you have to mention these things, and that should be from the text, like this one, the first, inclusive and impartial government. That is the first thing. Second, religious freedom. Third, rule of law, and the fourth one is equality for all. So this is the vision of Quaid Azam for Pakistan. So if you are using these 2 or 3 things and you are writing in a very accurate English language, there won't be any problem for you to attain maximum marks. Okay, and the second thing, this is the first question. Now you can write in your own words all this, but the content is going to be the same. Language can be different. You can use past tense, you can past perfect, whatsoever structure you like, no problem at all. And that's why we say that you don't have to cram things. You don't have to just memorize things and thus you are just going to reproduce. That is not going to give a very good impression on the examiners. So write from your own brain, write with your own qualities, and write fantastically, and give like a fresh air to the examiner, that well, let's see that someone has written something good in his own words, though the content is same. Same is the case with the second one. Here we had the second question. I gave you that the 2 functions of assembly. That what are the 2 functions? What are the 2 functions of assembly? So the first function was as narrated by Quaid Azam, that framing the future constitution of Pakistan. framing, to making the constitution of Pakistan. That is the first one. And the second one, function as a full and complete sovereign body, that it is going to be a very full and compact form, in full and compact form, an organization that is not controlled by somebody else, okay, as the federal legislature of Pakistan. So these are the two functions. Okay, so see that we have covered this one as it was in our last lesson, and then I also gave you two little tasks just to make you interactive, that you are going to answer. Some student even answered them in the YouTube channel, that they have given that, well, this is the answer, this is the answer. That's good, fantastic, and you have to keep it on. Okay, so the first one was utmost sincerity. Utmost sincerity, I asked you that what about this utmost. So here we are having a noun, and here we are having an adjective. So that was correct, that it is adjective, and this one was surely, it was an adverb. Okay, so I hope that is clear. In our last lesson, whatsoever we have talked about, what were the queries. But today, at the end, we are going to have some other questions. I will let you know that what are the questions you are going to prepare in your own words. And then at the end of the lesson, I hope that if we got a little time, I will talk about smart work and hard work. Smart work and hard work, what's the difference between these? Some people work a lot and didn't get anything or don't get anything. So what is the difference? We will try to have, it's a little story. I hope that you are going to wait up till that and you are going to listen that story as well. And the last thing, some student asked me that last lecture you talked about smart goals. Okay, so smart goals are there. So these are the things you have to keep it in your mind, that, well, what are these smart goals? So your goals should be specific. Don't be wandering around. Be specific, that today I am going to achieve this task. Second thing, that your task should be measurable, that okay, I have to read page number 1, 2, 3, I have to prepare this question. So you have to make it measurable. And the third thing is that you must have the achievable. Like some students say that, well, I'm going to read whole book. No, that's not possible. So don't go for that one. Go for achievable. 2, 3 units, okay, it's possible. Or a chapter you can revise, that's good. And then it should be relative. That's not a good thing that a student is reading a novel and say that, well, I'm reading a lot. He is watching a movie, oh, I'm improving listening. No. That's not your relative task. You have to go for a relative goal that the Federal Board of Intermediate and Secondary Education is going to test. So be relevant, don't be irrelevant in your goals. And the last one is time bound. It should be time bound, as you have specific number of days and you have to achieve those tasks every day. Okay, and let's go for our second task. For today, we are going to continue for our today's task, okay, and that is Jinnah's vision of Pakistan. Well, students, now we are going to go ahead with our second phase of today's lesson. And yesterday, or in the last part, you watched about different vocabulary words, and here they are. We are just going to refresh them quickly, and I hope that you got them. And why I am repeating it, that if you are going to repeat them again and again, they will never be away from you, and they are going to be a part of your body, and you are going to use them wherever you are, whenever you want to use them. So here we have contentious. Yesterday we got, or the last part, I don't know when did you watch it last time. Contentious, controversial, disputed, competent, skillful, having good skills, occurred, happened, and dominion, territory and area, and then inclusive, mean including, and then impartial, having no loyalty with someone, totally detached, away from any type of favoritism or something like that, cordially, with full feelings and comfort given and references to mention someone, to praise someone, and onerous, very laborsome, very hard. So let's come ahead that what we are going to have today. But with it, I have written here two websites. They are very authentic. The first one is Cambridge University, all over the world. Cambridge University's dictionary. It is available online, free of cost. You are just going to write the word. They are going to give you the meaning as well as the pronunciation. Same is the case with the Oxford dictionaries. Oxford, that is also going to help you a lot. You can go to lexico.com, that is Oxford University's dictionary. That will be very helpful for you. You must use them off and on, and that can help you a lot. Okay, so let's go for our today's text. We stopped last day on page number 21. Page number 21. Page number 21. So we are going to continue. Up till now, what we have learned that Quaid Azam, Muhammad Ali Jinnah talked about Pakistan, his vision, and also the function of assembly. That constituent assembly, what does the role it is going to play, what does it do, okay, and what are the functions. We also repeated them earlier. So let's go ahead. On page number 21 of our book, we have the next thing. We have to do the best we can in adopting a provisional constitution for the federal legislature of Pakistan. The first thing that we have to make a law, a constitution. That is the first thing. And then, that is the first thing that we have to make. Quaid Azam said that we have to make a new constitution, a new law for this country, and a complete code of conduct. You know really that not only we ourselves are wondering about that we are wondering, we were surprised, what happened? But I think the whole world, all the world, they are also surprised, wondering at this unprecedented cyclonic revolution. Unprecedented, yesterday we took this word, that is unprecedented, mean it has no other example. Unprecedented cyclonic revolution. Okay, now here we are having a little spelling mistake, that is revolution. Okay, and you have to make sure that you are using correct spelling. That is very important. Cyclonic mean great, huge, like hurricane, typhoon, storm. It's a huge one, like very fast air is moving. So a revolution, inqilab. In Urdu we say inqilab, and the Pakistan itself is a wonderful thing. No one was expecting that, but by the hard work of our leaders, we got this one. And that was the unprecedented cyclonic revolution. ये जो इनकलाब आ गया, इतना बड़ा इनकलाब आ गया, that we got a new country which has, on the next page, page number 22, which has brought about the plan of creating and establishing two independent sovereign dominion in this subcontinent. That in this subcontinent there came two countries. It was divided into two parts, India and Pakistan. So that was something really revolutionary. Cyclonic revolution. Okay, how you are going to memorize this one? You are going to use it. You can give certain examples that there was a cyclonic revolution in history. when Islam came, or something else. Okay, there was a total change. So that is cyclonic revolution. Okay, with it I got a little story for you. The story is that while I was teaching there in Saudi Arabia, in our staff room, on my left side there was a Palestinian teacher. One day he really shocked me, and it was really shocking. What was that statement? I asked him, I didn't know from where he is. I asked him, where are you from, Mr. Muhammad Dida? And Mr. Muhammad Dida said very horrifying statement. He said, Mr. Wasim, I am a stateless person. I am a stateless person. It shocked me. I say, how come? How come that you don't have a country? He said, yes, I'm a stateless. I don't have a passport. I don't have anything. I am from Palestine. So at that day, I got the importance of Pakistan. I really got that, well, we are blessed with this wonderful country. And my dear students, we are all blessed. Believe me, whenever you will go out, you will feel that you belong to a country, you have a home, and you will find a lot of examples that the people in the world, they are stateless peoples. So we should be very thankful for this great blessing of Allah, and we should say thank you to all our leaders, and don't ever take it granted. It was taken after so many sacrifices, and we have to work for it. And Quaid Azam is also saying the same thing. So as it is, it has been unprecedented. And I am sure you have seen a lot of things कि इसके लिए जो कुर्बानियाँ दी गई हैं ना, वो भी unprecedented हैं, unprecedented. And whenever we see, well, we feel really sad for those people, and we are really thankful to them, those who have worked for this country. So as it is, it has been unprecedented. इसकी कोई मिसाल नहीं है. There is no parallel in the history of the world. There is no parallel in the history of the world. कोई हिस्ट्री में कोई एग्जाम्पल ही नहीं ऐसी कि millions of people are moving from one place to other place, they are making this country. So there is no parallel, no match, no similarity in the history of the world. And this mighty subcontinent, mighty, huge, big subcontinent, ये जो हमारा बरसगीर है बहुत बड़ा है. More than 1 billion people are living here. Almost 1/6 of the world is in this area, in Pakistan and India and Bangladesh and all this. Subcontinent with all kinds of inhabitants has been brought under a plan which is Titanic. ये एक प्लान बनाया गया और उस प्लान में the plan was Titanic. Well, I hope that you know the film Titanic. That is also very important. Kate Winslet and the heroes and other people, they have done wonderful job, and it is memorized everywhere. People talk about that. That is a love story, romance. But here Titanic means gigantic and huge, very big. So what is it? This mighty subcontinent with all kinds of inhabitants has been brought under a plan which is Titanic, जो बहुत बड़ा प्लान था. Unknown, that was not known. Unparalleled, once again parallel, unparalleled, इसका कोई मिसाल ही नहीं है. There is no similarity, there isn't any example of this. Unparalleled. And what is very important with regard to it, सबसे important बात है वो क्या है? What is very important with regards to it is that we have achieved it peacefully. We have achieved it peacefully. That the plan was peaceful, but unfortunately because of the riots and killings and other things, there was many problems. And by means of an evolution of the greatest possible character, and our character was evolved. We got this character that we should be in an independent country. So our character was developed in this way. Character of a whole nation, of a whole community, Muslim community, that they have worked very hard, and then they were recognized that there should be a new country for these people. Okay, let's go to the next paragraph. Now here we have dealing with our first function of dealing with our first function in this assembly. No, because Quaid Azam is delivering the speech. Where is he delivering the speech? I hope that you know it, that he was delivering this speech in assembly, and he said that, well, all those sacrifices, all those things, unparalleled evolution, and there was something huge. But no, he came to the point that in this assembly, dealing with our first function in this assembly, I cannot make any well considered pronouncement. Pronouncement mean that ऑफिशियल डिक्लेरेशन, कोई ऐलान करना. तो कहते हैं कि मैं कोई ऑफिशियल ऐलान तो नहीं कर सकता, बट आई कैन नॉट मेक एनी वेल कंसिडर्ड कि पूरा प्लान किस्म का कोई आपको मैं ऐलान कर दूं एट दिस मोमेंट, बट आई शैल से अ फ्यू थिंग एज दे अकर टू मी. कुछ बातें मैं आपसे करना चाहता हूं. आई वॉन्ट टू टेल यू समथिंग व्हाटसोएवर इज इन माई माइंड, आई वॉन्ट टू शेयर विद यू. द फर्स्ट एंड फॉरमोस्ट, द फर्स्ट एंड फॉरमोस्ट, okay, pronouncement. Here we can say official announcement or statement. Pronouncement, official statement. That Quaid Azam said that he cannot give an official statement about this, that what the assembly is going to do, but as a whole it is there. And the first and foremost thing that I would like to emphasize is this. The first and foremost, सबसे important. First and the foremost, first in time, place and rank. Okay, first thing, first and foremost. Like if I just take a little deviation, a detour, and I ask you that what is your first and foremost responsibility? What is your responsibility? First and foremost responsibility of a student is to study, and study very hard. Don't deviate, don't detour, be focused, be targeted, and achieve your goals. So the first and foremost, जो सबसे पहले, first in time, place and rank, first and foremost thing that I would like to emphasize is this. ये चीज सबसे important है. Remember that you are now a sovereign legislative body. सबसे पहले तो you should know that you are a sovereign legislative body. आप एक ऐसी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन है कि जो कि sovereign है, खुद मुख्तार है, sovereign है, and there is nobody on you, and you have got all the powers, and you have the powers. This is also very important. You know that some people, they are very kind of pathetic, that they don't know that who they are. You should know that all of you are very important people. You don't let anyone take you granted. You have your personality, you have to use your personality, you have to work like that. So same is the case as an organization. You yourself are organizations. Everyone is having his own personality. So power in it. You have got all the powers. It therefore places on you the gravest responsibility. सबसे responsibility बड़ी क्या है आपके ऊपर? As to how you should take your decisions. How you are going to take your decision? Your decisions are very important. How you take your decisions. The first observation that I would like to make is this. पहली observation. Observations are very important. You should know that you should have the quality to observe things. I will tell you a story later on, not today, might be tomorrow, about observation. It's a funny one, and I hope that you are just going to listen it, and you are going to enjoy that one. Okay, then the first observation that I would like to make is this. You will no doubt agree with me that the first duty of government का पहला काम क्या है? First duty of government is to maintain law and order. पहला काम गवर्नमेंट का law and order को maintain करना है, so that the life, ताकि life, property, the properties, houses, shops, all these things, property and religious beliefs or beliefs जो हैं of its subjects, the citizens, subjects mean citizens, citizens are fully protected, that they are protected, उनकी हिफाजत की गई है by the state. The second thing, ये first thing होगी. Second thing that occurs to me is this. One of the biggest curses सबसे बड़ी जो कर्सेस हैं, कर्सेस मीन दैट समथिंग दैट इज़ वेरी बैड अवे फ्रॉम द ब्लेसिंग ऑफ अल्लाह, जो कि बहुत बुरी चीज़ है, कर्स है, फ्रॉम विच इंडिया इज सफरिंग, जिससे इंडिया सफ़र कर रहा है. आई डू नॉट से दैट अदर कंट्रीज आर फ्री फ्रॉम इट. ये नहीं है कि और मुल्कों में ऐसा नहीं है, दे आर ऑल्सो हैविंग, बट इन इंडिया व्हाट इज इट, एंड यू नो दैट it is on 11th August, it is not on 14th August. So he's talking about India as well, that in India what is the biggest curses? The biggest curses, I do not say that other countries are free from it, but I think our condition is much worse. Our situation is very bad, you know, bad, worse and worst, third form of adjective, but here Quaid Azam used the second form, worse. Worse is bribery and corruption. ये जो bribery है, रिश्वत है, bribery and corruption, और corruption है, that really is a poison. It is a poison, killing thing है, poisonous है. We must put that down with an iron hand. We must put it down. We should eradicate that one. Put down, a remark to humiliate or criticize. Put down that thing. That is very bad thing. Put down with an iron hand. Iron hand, harsh, rigorous, control, firm, stern. बहुत सख्ती के साथ हमने जो इस चीज़ को है ख़त्म करना अपनी सोसाइटी से, that we shouldn't let it go, कि वहाँ पे bribery हो and corruption हो. So, and I hope, and with an iron hand, it is idiom. ऐसे नहीं कि लोहे का हाथ है, no, ये idioms हैं, you are going to deal with them. और ये बेसिकली क्यों हम यूज़ करते हैं, why we use idioms? Idioms are basically used to show that you have good mastery of our language. You must use them, you must have a lot of them, okay, they are very important. Then, and I hope that you will take adequate measures as soon as it is possible for this assembly to do so. जो ही इस assembly के लिए मुमकिन होगा, that it is going to do and it is going to eradicate, it will finish bribery and corruption, it will do. It is the first and foremost thing they have to do. Then the last few lines for our today's lesson, the next thing that strikes me is this, the second thing after this one, the next thing, here again it is a legacy. ये भी एक legacy है, this is a legacy, here legacy. Legacy क्या है कि something handed down or received from ancestor. I got it from my father got it from my grandfather or predecessor. I am the manager who was here before, or the manager before him. So that is coming down, it is called legacy. Okay, so which has been passed on to us, which has been given to us, जो हमें मिली, along with many other things, good and bad, there were some good things, some bad things, has arrived this great evil. एक और बुराई भी आ गई, evil, very bad thing, the evil of nepotism, nepotism, very bad thing, nepotism, the evil of nepotism and jobbery. See, nepotism is favoritism shown to relatives or to friends, etc., that we are just going to help our friends, our family members. If I am having a position, I just go and help them. No, that's not good. We should be following the law, we should follow the rules and regulation, whosoever you are, and nobody else is going to come and change ourselves. You are the people, you are our future, you have to do this one. Never ever go for nepotism. Even your brother, sister, whosoever is there, always make it a rule for yourself that you are never going for nepotism, you are never going for jobbery. Jobbery is the practice of making private or personal profit out of a public office through corruption, that you are the manager, no, you are just going to get some bribery, some other things from people. No, never ever, that is not required. And you must avoid nepotism and jobbery. That is very important. Great evil, the evil of nepotism and jobbery. I want to make it quite clear that I shall never tolerate any kind of jobbery. He said that, well, I will never ever going to give it any tolerance. No tolerance. Nepotism or any influence directly or indirectly brought to bear upon me. Whosoever come, I will never ever go for nepotism or jobbery. I will not tolerate it. And last sentence, whenever I will find that such a practice is in vogue, it is in fashion. Did someone come, oh, he's my brother, he's my sister, please help him? No. He said that whenever I will find that such practice is in vogue or is continuing anywhere, or it is continuing anywhere in any department of government, low or high, even it is a low or very high, wherever, I shall certainly not countenance it. I will not bear it. I will not give it a nod, okay, that's good. No, I will not. So the expression, the personal facial expression will be different. Okay, so we have completed it up till now, and we are going to go ahead with the last thing of our today's, that is, I here have written a quotation. Some students are having challenges, I know, and they say that, well, what we are going to do, online learning, no books, sometimes the books, but still, I tell you that you have to keep this quotation in front of you all the time. Don't limit your challenges. It is a challenging situation. Everyone is having this challenge. Don't limit your challenges. Don't limit. No, I cannot do this one. I will study after next year. No. You have to do this one. Don't limit your challenges. Challenge your limits, and challenge your limits that I can do it. Make it that you can make yourself better and better public. Whatsoever your limits, you should try them, challenge them, that no, I can do. You study for 2 hours daily, now you are going to make it your mind that you are going to study 3 hours, 4 hours, 5 hours. Gradually you are going to challenge your limits. Best of luck for your today's lesson, and have a very nice day. We are going to be with you in our next lesson or next lecture. And if you have any problem, any issue, you are going to discuss in your query session, and do ask a lot of questions. Questions are going to make you a great learner. You must become a learner, and if we are going to be a good learners, we are going to be successful people. Thank you very much for your kind hearing. Allah Hafiz.